A lot of people want to take it away from the Bridge District.
How spectacular.
The Verrazano Narrows in upstate New York, just above New York City. The county is named after an Indian chief who was hiding out from the Spaniards. He helped somebody get his name buried. You'll see these hills are not only green, but vacant. No buildings, no houses. People are probably one of the most spectacular views along this particular area. So we only have 2/3 of the view this morning, but eventually someday you'll get to see the rest of it. Also note the rainbow pointed over the entrance. Once again, unfortunately, we can't see Angel Island, and I can't walk down here. Built on the hillside.
Oh, good Lord.
Kind of a blend between a New England fishing village and a Mediterranean hillside village. If you've ever been to the Mediterranean, these are the brands. This is a very yuppified county over here. BMW is basic marine wheels. Metropolitan area qualified for people of various kinds. Now, just to give you a sense of the level of controversy over here, if you look out at the bay, you'll see it's kind of calm this morning. The top Sonoma County. So we went from Marin County into Sonoma County. And once again, we'll be on some flatlands. Yeah, they do have them in the zoos. San Diego. They don't have to. This stuff grows all through the state of California. It's extensive all through the state. Now, the Europeans are beginning to invest in the Napa Valley and in Sonoma, Mendocino County area, Northern California vineyards. Almost no moisture in the air. And we're coming also now to a typical dairy farm. As I mentioned before, there are a lot of dairy farms here in Sonoma County, and this is, I believe this is Stornetta Dairy. I don't know where the cows are. In the valley. It's a very busy time. And this is called, this is all laid out according to the sunshine that they get in this area. It is laid out with surveying instruments, very straight lines as you can see. This is a maximum east-west exposure here. Maybe 15 to 20% on the valley floor here is picked by a machine, but basically it's still all hand-picked by migrant workers. Now, this is a brand new winery over here. I don't even know the name of it. I think it's Domaine Caneros, but I'm not sure. None of these vineyards would have been here.
They wouldn't have been here, okay.
So they're anywhere from 2 to 5 years old. Now if you look over here, you can see one of the wind machines. That's one type of wind machine. And coming up ahead on the right, there's another style of wind machine. This is basically a pole with a couple of blades on it. They have electronic thermometers. And they on our left, which you can't see yet, but we probably will later on, are the Mayacamas Mountains. Mayacamas is, again, a Spanish word meaning the howl of the mountain lion. And there probably still are mountain lions or cougars in these hills. And this is another great battle in the state of California at the moment. You know, the hunters, Now, there fortunately are a handful of wineries that kept on producing all through those problems. They somehow survived phylloxera, prohibition, and World War II, so they were continuously operating. And of course, these were all European immigrants. So part of what you're paying for when you buy a $20 bottle of wine is that old walk around checking all the machinery to see if it was clean.
Tree. I just took a picture of it. This is a picture of an olive tree. I don't know if you can see the olives on it or not. Things to go with your pictures for posterity, you know, for the boys later on. This is Inglenook. Said there are over 9,000 barrels of wine stored in here. This is strictly the red wine, starting with 1986 Cabernet Sauvignon. Original vineyard. You can see the old stone walls here. And she said that there used to be holes in the ceiling here until they put in the lights, and that was how they drained the wine from upstairs up above the floor here and stored it here.
Yeah, and they've outlined that too. Yeah. Especially when you found these old wines that are from the 1800s. They were saying that they were, the whole building used to be divided up in bond and tax paid. And these wines used to be in bond, and when I wanted to sell them, I had to do paperwork to get them all tax paid so I could sell them, especially the old ones. So then we just decided to turn the whole building into a tax paid area. And we paid the taxes at that time on all the wines. And Federales just wanted me to post them.
Oh, okay. Are these all legends?
Oh, yeah, you bet. This is good stuff. It's better. Yeah. 60,700.
What we'd like to do, these barrels that you're looking at here are 100 to 150 years old. They were originally brought over on huge ships during the Nebom era and put in the water.
The face of the barrel, inscribed with a circumference type of tool, is the cooper's identification, and then use them for oak aging. Due to their age, they have stopped donating any oak flavor to the wines, but we did use them up until just a few years ago. And the last wine has been probably throughout the United States. Nebom's home, his personal residence that he constructed, is back behind the hillside here that the winery sits on. And underneath that house was a huge wine cellar. And Mrs. Nebom hoarded these wines all during the Prohibition era. And this is not the extent of the collection of wines that we have from this period of time. Most of your other larger wineries in the valley went out of business during the Prohibition era and did not reopen until many years after Prohibition. And we have, again, one of the largest collections. Now, most of these wines are a little on the vinegary side, okay?
Like this?
This is the building up on top of the cellar that we were just down in. We're going to be tasting wine in this building. Eucalyptus trees here. It's a wonderful smell. We're going into the back veranda. This is where we buy.
Yeah, it does. It would help if I took the lens cover off. Oh, flowers, roses.
Okay, why don't we think in terms of leaving here in about...
The Chewy Winery. Really old-looking building. We're going to have lunch here.
Yeah, and over 100 years ago in San Francisco, now it's nearly on the fourth generation, the same family. And we do something really unique. We're the only winery in the valley that doesn't distribute. We sell every bottle of wine we make only here at the winery. In other words, if you've not seen our new winery building, and this is now where our wine is now produced.
We're gonna go in here and see them bottle. Your 88. What was the name of the wine again?
Oh, the name of the winery?
It's the name of the wine. The wine you're gonna bottle today.
Oh, our 1988 Gamay Rouge.
All right, thank you.
In fact, it has an aroma very reminiscent of strawberries. So you won't, I think you'll see it.
Doesn't it smell good?
I feel real fortunate. But I'll open a couple bottles for you down in the taste room today. This is a very light component we call a sparger. It just puts a little shot of nitrogen into the bottle to displace any oxygen. The next component it goes to is what we call the filler. This is a 12-bottle spout carousel filler, fills the bottles. We then manually put the lead and tin capsule onto the top of the glass. It comes around to a machine in there, which is called the spinner, which has just little ball bearings and wheels that crimp the lead tin capsule onto the top of the bottle. And then the labeler puts the front and the back label on. The bottles come off the line. You put them in the box. And again, our whole distribution system is then we take the wine to the taste room and then we sell it. And then a lot of people drink it out on the picnic ground. So we kind of do it all.
It's got the auger in it. Cool now.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
If you just want to step over here, then you can kind of take a peek in here. So now the way this works, so we have the grapes and the stems and the clusters coming down to the shoot. And the way this thing works is that this grating spins one direction. It's kind of hard to turn it. But if you can see how it works is, except it spins about 50 times more rapidly. Making it goes one of two different places. If we're making, let's say, a red wine, our Cabernet Sauvignon or our Zinfandel, that red mug, let's say 85 degrees, fermentation takes anywhere from 7 to 10 days, and we ferment on the skin. And that's one of the reasons red wines have so much more body, character, and tannin. We crush the grapes, put the wind in, right away pump right into the press. In other words, we separate the juice from the skin before fermentation begins. And that's actually one of the primary reasons why white wines are so much more delicate and fruitier maybe than red wines. My name is Reed. We haven't cleaned up. Yeah. 5.
Farm. Here we have palm trees. Very high priced turkey farm. It's not like the ones we have in Missouri with pine trees. Here makes it look different.
Yes, the palms.
She was because she just in the middle of whatever she was doing.
That's not in the city. This is still in county. That normally would be part of the city too. Yeah, that's what these up there. That's part of the city too. This would be something extra.
It's like the fog bank is receded way, way out. You can barely make it out.
No, go away. Go away. Go away.
And if you look at the skyline
There
off
it
to
is.
the left,
Okay,
you can
good.
see both the Transamerica Pyramid and the Bank of America World Headquarters buildings. The two tallest buildings in Denver.
Yeah, we're going to need the middle one. Walk across and then back.